Hi, I'm really happy you're here, and I want you to take a moment, wherever you are right now, to slow down a little, relax your shoulders, and just listen. Because this podcast is not about judging your life or creating fear, it's about understanding yourself more deeply while there is still time to choose differently. Today, I want to talk about something many people only understand very late in life, sometimes when it feels like time is running out, and that is regret. Not the dramatic kind you see in movies, but the quiet regrets that stay in the heart, the ones people don't always talk about but feel very strongly. One of the biggest regrets people carry is realizing that they spent too much of their life trying to live in a way that others expected, instead of listening to what they truly wanted inside. They followed paths that felt safe, acceptable, or impressive to others, but deep down, something always felt missing, like they were present in their life, but not fully alive. Many people realize too late that pleasing everyone slowly made them disconnect from themselves, and that every time they ignored their own voice to avoid conflict or judgment, they lost a small part of their authenticity. And the painful part is not the choices themselves, but the awareness that they knew, deep inside, what they wanted, but were afraid to honor it. Another regret that often comes with this is not speaking honestly, not expressing feelings, thoughts, or boundaries when it mattered. People remember the moments they stayed silent to keep the peace, the times they swallowed their emotions, the opportunities they didn't take because they were afraid of being misunderstood or rejected. Over time, unspoken words become heavy. Not because speaking would have changed everything, but because not speaking taught them to betray themselves again and again. And the regret is not about being loud or dramatic. It's about wishing they had trusted their voice more, even when it was shaking. There is also a deep regret around waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, waiting for the perfect moment to start living fully. So many people look back and realize how much time they spent preparing for a life they never fully entered, always thinking that someday they would feel more capable, more certain, more deserving. What they didn't realize at the time is that confidence is built by living, not by waiting, and clarity comes from movement, not perfection. And the regret comes from understanding that fear kept them safe, but also kept them small. As you listen to this, I don't want you to feel sad or anxious. I want you to feel aware, because awareness is a gift, and realizing these things now means you are not late. You are awake. You still have time to listen to yourself more, to speak more honestly, and to stop waiting for permission to be who you already are. Take a breath here, because this reflection is not here to hurt you, it's here to guide you gently. In the next part, we'll talk about the other regrets people often realize too late, especially the ones connected to fear, time, and appreciating life while it's happening, not after it's gone. If you're still listening, it means something inside you is reflecting, and that's a beautiful thing. So take another slow breath, and let's continue gently. Another regret people often realize too late is how much time they spent choosing comfort over growth. They stayed in situations that felt familiar, not because they were happy, but because leaving felt scary. And over time, fear slowly became routine, and routine slowly became regret. People look back and realize that the moments they avoided discomfort were often the moments that could have changed them the most. Not because change is easy, but because staying the same for too long slowly builds a quiet sadness, the kind that doesn't scream, but stays. There is also a very deep regret around not appreciating life while it was happening. Many people realize too late that they were always rushing to the next stage, the next goal, the next version of themselves, and in doing so, they missed the beauty of the present moment. They remember how often they were physically present but mentally elsewhere, worrying about the future, replaying the past, and forgetting that life was already happening in front of them. And the regret comes from understanding that the moments they thought were ordinary were actually the moments that mattered the most. Another powerful regret is not spending enough time with the people who truly mattered. Life gets busy, responsibilities grow, and people assume there will always be more time, more conversations, more chances to say what they feel, until one day they realize that time is not guaranteed. Many people wish they had listened more, laughed more, called more often, and expressed love more freely. Not in big dramatic ways, but in small, consistent moments that create real connection. The regret is not about perfection, it's about presence. And finally, one of the deepest regrets of all is not allowing themselves to be happy. This may sound strange, but many people realize that happiness was available to them in small ways, but they kept postponing it, telling themselves they would relax, enjoy, or feel proud only after reaching a certain goal. They didn't realize that happiness is not a reward for success, it's a skill, a choice, and a way of relating to life. And the regret comes from understanding that life was not waiting for them to be perfect. Life was waiting for them to participate. If you're listening to this now, I want you to remember something very important. These regrets are not here to scare you. They are here to guide you gently, like quiet reminders that you still have time to choose differently. You can speak more honestly, appreciate more deeply, spend more time with the people you love, step outside your comfort zone, and allow yourself moments of happiness without guilt. You don't need to change everything at once. Even small shifts matter more than you think. Life is not about avoiding regret completely. It's about living with awareness, presence, and courage, even when it feels uncomfortable. And the fact that you're listening, reflecting, and growing right now means you're already on that path. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And remember, the best time to live fully is not someday, it's now.